Hello, welcome everybody to another episode of This Kid is 40 Sorare Journey, episode 14, guys. A lot of things to share. It's been a bit of a crazy week for me, especially in the Sorare world. I did it, guys. I sold my whole gallery. Yes, your boy did did the craziest thing ever, man. He restarted. He basically clicked restart and said, "I'm done." Um, well, with that said, it was a decision that I mulled over for a bit, and there was some reasons why I wanted to make this change. And so it's been about a week already, close to about a week since I've done it. And honestly speaking, I'm pretty happy with my decision. I think uh, I think I yes in many ways, when I sold the gallery, I sold it at a bit of a loss in terms of my Sorare data value. It was not a loss in the terms of my overall investment into Sorare, because I did put in quite a bit of my money when ETH was very low. So in terms of fiat value, I did make money. But yeah, man, it just felt that it was a good opportunity for me to kind of refresh, because I learned a lot so far, man, in my journey in Sorare so far. And I felt that it was important for me to kind of do a bit of a refresh, so that I can kind of move forward in a better way. So I'll run through some of the changes. I show you what I've done. I tell you one of the key things that one of the reasons why, I guess, and also how it happened. So so yeah, man. So yeah, that happened, guys. I I yes, I have sold everyone. So currently, if you look at my gallery right now, I do not have that many players anymore. So I uh, basically what I did was when I started it out, I had about close to about 73 to 75 limited players. And then not only that, I had close to about uh, I had about 10 rares. So I sold all of them in the space of 2 weeks, right? I sold all my rares first, which was kind of I spoke about in the last video, and then I sold all of my limiteds, right? I got roughly about, I would say, 75% of the value. So yes, I reached out to a gallery buyer. I think his name is Fabio Sorare. Very fair dude, probably the fairest offer I got. The transaction was smooth, very easy, no issue, no hanky panky. No, I got we scheduled a time to do the transfers, and then yeah, I just sold off everyone. So when I got the amount, the first thing I kind of told myself, so what I'm going to do with it. So I had a couple of rules, that I kind of wanted in place. So the first most important rule that I wanted was I wanted to have a rare team. So I needed the first team I was going to buy was I was going to buy a rare team. So I was thinking, yes, why? I thought you said you don't want to do any rares anymore. So yes, I did some thinking in hindsight, really thinking about it. As long as there is going to be thresholds. Threshold is basically the amount you get, when you hit a certain number of points every week. Right now, if you hit 205, you get about $25 worth of euros. You hit about 255, you get 255 worth of euros, $55 worth of euros. So as long as that, I should take advantage of that as much as I possibly can. So, but what I was going to do, I told myself, is that I was going to be a lot more careful in actually buying the players that I want to buy. So when I first started out, I think a few months ago, to get a rare team, I went a bit all out, right? I bought a very expensive goalkeeper. I bought very good strikers, all those kind of things. And all in all, man, in terms of value, I lost so much, right? So I told myself there were a couple of rules with the rare team. Number one, um, I was going to buy cheap goalkeepers, and I was going to buy a cheap goalkeeper and a cheap forward. The the best players will be the midfielders and the defenders. So I was thinking, why? Why? Yes, why you do that? Okay, so I give you an example of this guy called Takeri Sugono, right? So he is basically, I would say, one of the cheapest goalkeepers you can get that plays, and the reason being is because he is, I think, 38, coming to 39 years old. So he's 38 years old right now, and the J League is ending. We don't know whether he's going to even come back for next season. But for now, at least for now, he's playing really well. Right? He's playing pretty well. He has I think his L5 average is above 50, so it's about 51. His L40 is also pretty high. He hasn't missed a lot of matches. He doesn't miss a lot of matches. Sorare's a bit slow today. So he doesn't miss a lot of matches. He plays quite. You see, he can get decent scores. So that's the best part, right? But you see, for me, if I'm going after a 255 score, right, or threshold, I don't need someone to score high. I just need him to start and maybe get about 40 points. And I think the thing I like about him is that he has pretty decent AA, even for an old goalkeeper. Compare him to a player like Kim Ji-hyun, which is a goalkeeper I had before, who was younger, but was so decisive, reliant. Right? If they didn't have a clean sheet, you're screwed. And with the new matrix and all, it felt like a good buy. So what I did was I bought him first, and I was looking at his price, right? And I think I got a very good. I got a very good price for him though. So I got a rare goalkeeper. You see, one of the cheaper ones at 200, below 300 euros. So that was first step, buy a cheap goalkeeper, right? So I bought him, right? Then the second thing was to buy a cheap striker, which was now is Shinzo Koroki. I actually bought a slightly more expensive one first. This guy called Yatabare, who did not even start the last match. So I sold him on for a bit of profit, and I got this guy called Shinzo. Shinzo Koroki also plays for Consolidate Sapporo, and yeah, he's super cheap. He is. I think I've got him. I was pretty insane when I got him. I think I got him for about, let me see. He's rare. I got him for, I got him right here. So 0.025 should be about 30 euros. Yeah, 30 to 40 euros. I bought him for, and I think someone actually bought cheaper after that. Someone paid about 33 euros for him. So and then brand new card some more. Wow, that's a good deal, man. Okay, so why? Yes, why? What's so good about this guy? So same thing, man. He's decisive. He doesn't have a good AAs, but he's very decisive intent. He needs decisive. So not the best of scores here, but he starts every game. That's the most important. And like I said, I don't need him to score 100 points. I'm not going after the rewards. I'm just going after the threshold. So as long as he starts, I'm good. If he starts, he get 30 points. If I'm lucky, some days he scores and I get more points. I'm happy. So that's his role, guys. And then the rest is where I've spent a bit more money on. So I bought Majid Hosseini. I've actually spoken to him about him many times. Very good value for him. About 100 over euros. I think 160, 170 euros right now. I think it's worth it. He plays every match. Against Fenerbahce, he had a 58 score even after conceding 2 goals. So it's good. This is a new player I got, and I'm very, very happy with how he's performing. His name is Bakhtiyor Zainatunev. He plays for CSK Moscow. Fantastic player, man. He scored, I think, he got an 80 pointer for me. He was basically the guy that saved my game work. Plays for CSK Moscow, a strong team. Midfielder that plays as a defender. So yeah, very, very good. Still young also, so that's the best part. Second one is Saad Agozi, one of the second division players. He plays for FC Sochaux, which is a very good team. He is also scoring as very good AAs. Consistently scores about 50 plus every match. And then my latest buy is this guy called Ricardo Gagliolo. He's playing for Regina. Regina is currently the top team in the Serie B, and they're on a tear right now. So he's also been playing quite well, right? So as you can see, everybody has an L5 of above 50. And why? Why do I need an L5 above? Because in order for me to get 255 points, I need everyone to at least score 50 points. So that was my first move, man. Get the red team, get the threshold team kind of sorted out. Okay, the second thing I wanted to do was, I told myself, if I'm going to go edit the next for this time, I am not going to buy so many limited players. I went crazy the last time. I bought a lot of limited players, right? And I had a lot of trouble trying to sell them. I don't know why. So I decided to man. I'm gonna I'm not gonna go too crazy on that. I'm just gonna get good players, and then I had certain rules like I'm gonna really scout second division players. I'm gonna put some budget into very good players that will score very, very well, and then I'm going to actually also put money in investments. So let's talk about investments first. So as you can see, I've actually made some investments. So one investment is this one called Matias Vargas. So Matias Vargas is a CSL player. I'm actually gonna be kind of stocking up on CSL players because during the World Cup, CSL, Segunda Division, the La Liga second division, Segunda Division, and if I'm not wrong, are the only 2 leagues that will have matches concurrently running during the World Cup. So that's interesting because that would mean these players will have utility during the World Cup. So, and in the World Cup, there will be a lot of leagues that will not even be playable. So I'm actually stocking up. So I've stocked on Matias Vargas. I have friend Merida, who's also a player from China. Richard Winchbliller, Kang Sang-woo. So I'm slowly, and Robert Birrick. So I have no goalkeeper as yet, but I have about 5 players already, 4 to 5 players that will be ready, during the World Cup to play. So that's one. So and then other investments I've been making, which is kind of interesting, like I've bought some Australian league players because I heard that there might be a birdie kind of said that there might be Australia League coming up soon. So I bought 2 of this Danny Vukovic and this Nani card, just to see, just for fun. They were very cheap, €7. So investments, right? Investment per se. I also look at young, overperforming players, right? Whether from the League Two, whether from the second leagues or from the normal leagues. So a good example is this Hyun Sok Hong. It's amazing, man. I bought him right when he scored a goal, and then immediately now his price has jumped to 0.3. So that's one. Taha Tepi was also a good buy. He's actually the backup goalkeeper for Trabzonspor. The current goalkeeper is injured. He's under 23. He's also been rapidly going up the ranks, has midweek utility also. Tijani Renders, another one. AZ stack. I bought a couple of AZ players, and I actually sold a lot of AZ players also. So they're doing very, very well. And they have probably the easiest fixtures coming up, both in the Eredivisie and also in the upcoming midweek games, European games. And then so I've been doing a lot of scouting. So I've been very careful in the scouting. So I invested in very high performing players with high average SO5 points, but at the same time I also try to look for players with basically below. So one of these kitchen is a good example, right? And as you can see, it's actually increasing in price simply because Leandro Damau in the Kawasaki Frontale is injured right now. He is going to be the starting striker for all the upcoming matches, and he has a L15 of below 40. This makes him useful for specialist, man. So this Yao Schmidt is also a specialist player. So I've also bought a few. The Bastian Otsika, another specialist player that I've got, Ayumi Seko. So I've gotten a couple of specialist players simply because I want to use them, for specialist teams, right? The under 40 specialists, the under 40 players, right? And then what I do is I match them up with the likes of Karaskal, Chalov, even Renders or Hyun Suk Hong, who are high scorers. So, and that's one of the reasons why. So why I'm buying this way is because I want to put a lot of my focus into specialist and underdog teams. I find that Challenger, Champion, even Asia and America, the rewards are just not worth it. If you get a tier 3, you're basically screwed, right? A tier 2 is also pretty worthless. So in the end, you need to go after specialist. Specialist allows me to get a rare card. And not only that, I do need to have a high score. That I can get probably a card, in specialist below 300 points. I can get a card, right? If it's a Challenger Europe, I will need 300 points to get a card. Not even 300. I probably need 320 just to get tier 3. It's not worth it. So for me, I will focus on specialist and underdog for now. And then I will still play All-Star Limited. I will still play whenever I have extra players and so on and so forth. I'm also finding a lot of value in second division players. So people like Eric, let me see who else. So great example, this Jeffrey Kofrod. I bought him for about 30-20 euros. Fantastic AA scorer, and his floor price is already up. Right, and then I still have my favorites like Shalov, Haraskal, Medina, because like I said, they're just performers, right? So I'll mix and match them in many ways. The high scorers with the low scorers for specialists, and then I've been doing pretty well, man, in terms of rewards, right? I think the last midweek I actually got 2 tier 3 rewards in game week 3 or 2. This current game week I got past the 255. So my rare team did very well, even though this guy that I just bought, which I already sold for, got only 30 pointers. You see, like this guy got 77, 56. Yeah, I managed to get the second threshold, the higher threshold which I want, and then my All-Star Limited team did very well. I think this guy Isa Sumare did extremely well, 100 pointer. Another thing is also one of the rules, and I'll probably go through this a little bit, is that when I am in profit, I will sell. That's another rule right now. So Isa Sumare, I actually made very good, decent income from him. So I bought him for about, I bought 2 copies of it. One I sold very cheap because I bought it accidentally. But anyways, yeah. So if you look at the graph here, so I bought one here, and yeah, and I just sold him off here at the highest point. I think now his floor is about 55. I bought him for about like 20 euros. I actually made double on it. So, and I made a couple of these moves. So even Yusuf Maziz, I see sold for profit. I sold what else? I sold Hugo Cupers for profit. I'm very much thinking whether I should sell both Tijani and Andy, because Andy I bought for about 20, 30 euros. Now it's about 60, 70 euros. Hobie Verlers also I sold. So whenever I find profit, I sell. When I find profit, I sell. Then I scout someone else, hopefully to sell for profit also. So the reason why is that I don't want to make the same mistake I made the last time and bloat my team up. I just want to keep it at, at max, I probably will only have 40 cards, 50 cards, and 50 cards max. So right now I have about 45 cards, which is fine. So, not for these 45 rewards. I have about 41 cards, 35 limited, 6 rares. So I'm going to keep it at that. I'm going to try my best to keep it at that, and then try to scout good players, man. Another player I just scouted is really good. I'm making good income from him. Is actually this guy called Gerardo Arteaga. Let me see where is he, this guy. So he's doing very well. He's playing for a very good gang side, but he's an AA monster, man. Absolute AA. He had 90 points without a single decisive. I mean, this kind of players, they're going to be very, very, I would say. So as you look at his prices, see now, I bought him for 0.117. He's going for about 0.2 right now. We're going to do some new cards, even the older cards, like say. So really, we had good profit already. So yeah, I mean, why he's, I mean, just look at his SO5, guys. I mean, the last match, it's pretty insane, man. It's really in a good patch of form, and it's a pretty good, I would say, lineup. I mean, you see, look, 88, 92, guys. And it's all AA. 57 AA. No decisive. Absolutely insane. So yeah, that's what I kind of want, man. Trying to find more players like this, make profit of them. And then sell when the price is right. So yeah, man, and I'm pretty happy with whatever I'm doing currently. It allows me to play the game a little bit better rather than just using whatever players I have in the club. So I'm not saying that this is for everyone, selling off your whole team, restarting from scratch. I'm not saying that it's for everyone, right? But like I said, if you want to reset, there are ways to reset, and this is probably one, right? I would also make sure that you do your own research, make sure financially it makes sense for you. I did a lot of thinking before I actually kind of, went head first into this. But thankfully I did, man. I'm very happy with my decision, and I will continue to play this game as per usual. So I think that will be all for today. My next video is going to be an interesting video. I will be doing a video on second division players, because I think that is definitely a lot of value in that. So I'm very excited for that. And yeah, so that's it, man. Thank you so much again for joining. Please like, comment, share. Tell me whether I made a good decision or not. Looking to also hear your point of view. But yeah, man, all in all, have fun with Sorare. Good luck for your upcoming game weeks, and I'll see you again very, very soon. Peace.